Hi everybody. I got so excited just now. I was just talking to my son for a couple minutes. He had walked in while I was getting ready, and I said, would you ever consider like popping in here and doing like just a couple minutes on the live with me and talk to everybody? And he's like, yeah, sure, I would do that, of course. I'm like, yeah, like what would you say? Like, just talk about, he's like, I would talk to them like I talk to everybody else, and I tell them your story and what you did. And he's like, yeah, that'd be great. I'm like, well, I'm getting on in a few minutes, so if you want to pop on. And he's like, no, not now. I'm like, well, when? He's like, I don't know. So anyway, I got so excited. So maybe one day we'll have Christopher, or I don't think Julie would do it. Julie's my 15-year-old. So anyway, so hello everybody. Thank you for joining. If you're here, say hi in the comments. Let me know that you're here. Now, what I normally do is I jump on these lives and I kind of like chunk down the information. And every week we do a little bit of this, and then the next week we do a little bit of that. And today I thought I would give you like a 30,000 foot view of the entire program, the whole thing. So I love that you guys are in this group. I love this group because we're sharing so much information. And eventually I'm going to start coaching and selling this program. But in this group, you can stay in here. Oh, hi, Brittany. Thanks for saying hi. You can stay in this group and get as much information as you need to heal yourself. This free resource will always be there. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining. So I wanted to get started by saying the title of this is Your Body is Not Attacking Itself. That is the information that we get every time we go to the doctor. We get our diagnosis. They say, oh, hi, Angela, how are you? They say your body's attacking itself, and here are some drugs to suppress your immune system so it doesn't do that anymore. Well, how are these people healing who are healing themselves without taking the medication? So I want to give you as much information as possible, all of the nutrition advice, everything that I did, the information that I learned from other people, because yes, it is about the nutrition part of it, but it's also about your mindset. And that's why we do the series called the Stories of Healing, where you see, it's kind of like on a weekly basis now, where I'll interview someone who healed themselves with food. And the last one I did was yesterday with Mary Collins, who is on this call right now. It was a great interview. Mary is the author of the very highly anticipated, soon-to-be released book called, I want to get this right, Epiphany, My Story of Healing from A to Z. And please, if you have the opportunity, if you have a couple minutes, pop in there, watch that video, because Mary was diagnosed in 1995, before the internet, before she had any evidence of people healing themselves naturally. And she listened to her intuition. She listened to all the clues around her that led her to everything that healed her body. So yes, the nutrition is a big part of it, but also mindset is a huge part of it too. And the stories of healing are going to help inspire you when you're feeling like you just, okay, has anyone ever done this before? Am I spinning my wheels? Those stories are for you, to inspire you to keep going, because I wish I had resources like this when I was healing myself and I didn't know, am I doing the right thing? Am I ever going to heal? Are these symptoms ever going to go away? So look at those interviews. They're great. And also, the monthly clearing. We have the Minding Your Soul monthly clearing group that meets on Zoom on the last Sunday of every month. And that is strictly for the members of Minding Your Soul. So you guys, you don't have to subscribe. If you're like, I don't know what this is about, I'm not going to jump into a subscription, that's fine. Buy one. It's $52 and see what it's about. What we do is well, you know what? Go to mindingyoursoul.com, go to the group healing, and the link is right there. Click on that link. It's going to take you right to the page and explain what it is and how you could just jump on, buy one for $52. Check it out on a Sunday. And if you like it, then subscribe. But we always get together the Wednesday after. Instead of doing this live, what we do is we get on Zoom and it's live streamed into the group and we all talk about it. And if you weren't on the group clearing, that's fine. Still join us, talk about it, talk about other things. But I just want you to let you know that that's a great resource. So utilize that. Okay, so back to what we're talking about. Today, I'm giving you a 30,000 foot view of what it looks like when you're trying to heal yourself. Your body is not attacking itself. What happens is, like I said, you go to the doctor, you get the autoimmune diagnosis, and then they give you immune suppressing drugs. What's really happening is, and I'm going to take you right back a couple of years ago when I started healing myself back in 2008. I intuitively knew that my body wasn't attacking itself. I didn't know what was attacking it. I didn't know what was going on inside of my body, but I knew it was either a bacteria, a virus, or a fungus that got inside my body, and I need to get it out. Something had to get out. And so I started researching and doing all the research on what foods did what. And if you guys could see my bookshelf over here, I have 1,000 books, and I grabbed a piece of information out of each one of them. And I did very well. I got to the point where I was out of bed. I wasn't using a cane, a wheelchair, nothing, and I was happy with that. Fast forward to 2015, the medical medium releases his first book. And that's when everything changed for me, because that's when I had a target. I knew exactly what I was killing and how to kill it. So up until then, I was following my instincts. In about 2015, when that book came out, that's when I got the actual game plan and what it was. So what is inside of our bodies that is creating all of these symptoms that we're all experiencing, or that we all were experiencing, still are, fighting wherever you are in the process? It's the Epstein-Barr virus. That virus, whether you get tested for it or not, if you get tested for it, what happens is they go, oh no, you don't have the Epstein-Barr virus. No, it's not active. You have the antibodies, you had it once, but you don't have it anymore. And the truth is, once you have the Epstein-Barr virus, the only time that medical science can detect it is when it's in your blood. So they do a blood test and they see the virus and like, oh, you have Epstein-Barr, you have mono, whatever they say, the diagnosis is, they're going to say, oh, if it's that, you can heal from it. Because what happens is, either you get very sick from it and you go get that blood test and they say, oh, it's the Epstein-Barr or mono. What happens is, your symptoms of illness, they're like flu-like, you're exhausted, they go away. They go away in a couple months. For me, it was a couple months. I was in middle school when it happens, and I was homeschooled. That was a couple months. But for some people, it's a scratchy throat, it's a stuffy nose, and you never get diagnosed with anything. So fast forward, you have the MS diagnosis. You hear this crazy lady on Facebook saying it's the Epstein-Barr virus, right? And you go to the doctor, you get the blood test, and they go, nope, you don't have it. You have the antibodies for it, so you had it once before. What happens is, the Epstein-Barr virus, once it's in your blood, it's looking for a home. And wherever it resides is going to cause different symptoms. So it's in your blood, it's searching, it's giving you symptoms, and then it searches for an organ to hide in. And depending on what organ it finds to hide in will determine your diagnosis. So if it's hiding in the, let's say, the gut, it looks, to modern science, to the technology that we have today, it looks like your immune system is attacking your gut, and they call that Crohn's disease. If the virus decides to live in your thyroid, right, it looks like your immune system is attacking your thyroid. Your body, no matter who you believe created it, cannot attack itself. When your body was created, that creator did not say, well, as long as this person does everything right, this immune system will take care of it. But if it does anything wrong, if it eats the wrong foods and it gets sick or it gets a virus, you're going to start attacking itself. That's not what happens. Your immune system is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It's attacking the virus. We just, according to the medical medium, we just don't have the technology, the instruments to see the virus outside of our bloodstream. Once it hides in an organ, we can't see it. So what do? We go to the doctor, we get medications, they're not working. At least that's what happened for me. I just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So then I decided, all right, I'm going to heal myself. Now, it's been over 10 years, and I have perfected the system, and I'm also helping other people, coaching other people through the process that I've perfected and helping them get to the next level of healing. So what I want to take you through today is, this is going to be the coaching process. I'm going to give you the whole view of how to heal yourself. Probably in the next month or so, I'm going to put this all together and put it out as a coaching protocol. But right now, I want to give you as much information as I can so that you can get started right away. So there's going to be 8 different modules. We're going to go through them quickly. Not too quickly though, but I'm not going to give, it would take me hours to go through the whole process, but I at least want to give you the modules. So module 1 is the foundation. What can you do today to start healing and to start feeling better? First thing, well, did I say the 30,000 foot view? You always want to be starving the virus, killing the virus, and then detoxing it out. So starving it makes it weaker. Once it's weak, your immune system can attack it better. And then once you're attacking it and it's dying, you need to get it out of your body, because even the corpse of the virus is a neurotoxin, and that's also going to give you symptoms. So not only when the virus is alive is it giving you symptoms, but the virus is eating, right? And when it eats the heavy metals in your body, which we all have from just environmental factors, it poops, it goes to the bathroom. And that waste is also a neurotoxin. And then when it dies and it becomes a corpse, that's also a neurotoxin. So every day, what you want to do, every time you eat, you have the opportunity to starve the virus, kill the virus, or detox it out of your body. That is the goal every day. And it seems overwhelming. Well, how am I ever going to enjoy my food again? You are. Trust me. I live like this every day. Everything that I do, everything that I eat, we're either starving, killing, or detoxing. And trust me, I still have my comfort foods. I still have my dessert. I still have my wine. I try to keep it to only Friday and Saturday nights. Once you get a handle on your symptoms, it just becomes easy to do these things once you have the knowledge. And that's what this group is for. It's to give you as much knowledge from me, from the other members in the group, and also to give you inspiration to keep on going. So we're going to go through module number 1. What can you do today to start healing, to start feeling better? Well, the first thing you want to do, the very first thing, is every day when you wake up, you want to drink 16 ounces of lemon water. And I'm sure you've heard me talk about this before, but I'll go through it real quick for the people who haven't. Your liver wakes up a couple hours before you do every day. Usually for most people, it's around 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And what happens is your liver's like, okay, she's asleep or he's asleep, I'm going to get my work done. Much like when, the kids are out and we make sure that, we do as much as we can before they get home. So your liver spends those hours, early morning hours before you wake up, and it starts pulling toxins out of your system, out of your organs, and it pulls it all to your excretory system, your pee, your poop. And that's why when you wake up, that's why your urine is so dark. And that's why when you're testing for pregnancy or whatever test, you always want to use that first morning urine, because that's what's going to show everything before you start drinking and diluting it. So when you drink 16 ounces of lemon water upon waking up, what you're doing is you're pushing out even more than your body could by itself. And that's going to push out that virus, at least detox the crap out of your system and help your liver out that much more. And the lemon's very important. You want to do the lemon because our water today is dead. We're not drinking out of streams. We don't have that microbiome in the water. So the lemon brings the life back into the water, and it allows it to get absorbed through your intestinal tract into your organs. Not only hydrate everything, but help extract all of those toxins out. Okay, so 16 ounces of lemon water, first thing in the morning, don't forget the lemon. Second thing you want to do after the lemon water, don't eat anything, not yet. You want to do 16 ounces of celery juice. I know it seems like a pain in the ass to do that every day, and sometimes it is a pain in the ass, but I have it down to a process right now. It takes me 5 minutes. So if anyone is on here and does your celery juice, let me know in the comments. Just say me or celery juice. Yeah, pain in the ass, PIA. It's not so bad. What you do is, while I'm drinking the water, I just shove the celery into the juicer, get my 16 ounces, right? I put that actually in the fridge. I take the juicer, I take all the crap, the celery stuff, I throw it in the garbage. I should be saving it and cooking with it, but there's only so much cooking you can do with that, so many soups you can make. And then I throw all the pieces in the dishwasher. So, or in the sink, and my son will put in the dishwasher later when he gets up. So then I put that in the refrigerator, and I go take my shower. I get out of the shower, I drink my celery juice while I'm putting on my makeup for the day, right? You work these things into your daily routine. Now, the celery juice is really important because it kills pathogens, viruses, bacteria, fungus, and only the bad bacteria leaves the good. So you're killing all of that stuff in your gut on contact, which is why PIA, love it, Arden, thank you very much. It is a pain in the ass, but you get used to it and it gets easier each day. And once you start feeling the effects of the celery juice, that pain in the ass is like, you know what though, it's worth it. I had a client who said within not 2 weeks, it was actually, she started on a Tuesday, and by Friday, she calls me, she's like, I can't believe this. I'm only doing the lemon juice and the celery juice, the lemon water and the celery juice. And she said, I haven't been able to sleep in years. My spasms in my legs are so bad. She goes, I have been sleeping. She goes, the first day that I did it on Tuesday, I slept and I've been sleeping better and better. And it's only Friday. It's only 4 days. That's it. Another one with migraines. She said, oh my God, I started the celery juice and I cannot believe I've had days without migraines. So it really is worth it. Try it for a week. See what happens. Don't be surprised when you have to go to the bathroom and it's very watery, because what happens is it's detoxing everything out. So yes, it's watery, and we normally associate watery stool with cramping, but there's no cramping. So you get it out and then everything goes back to normal until you drink the celery juice the next day. For me, it was about 2 months. I had a lot inside me. It was about 2 months before my stool got back to normal. So if that's too much information, I'm sorry, but you need to know that's one of these side effects, and it means that it's working. And all the other side effects that you're going to get, the energy, the muscle spasms going away, the headaches going away, the brain fog finally clearing, this all happens as soon as you start the lemon water and the celery juice. So that's the foundation. Set you up on that. Then we go into module 2, which is going gluten-free and dairy-free. Now, why do we have to go gluten-free and dairy-free and eliminate the eggs? Again, seems like a pain in the ass. But once you know a certain couple things about going gluten-free, it's really not that bad. I still eat pasta, I still eat bread. It's all gluten-free, and some of the bread is pure shit. But you got to know what brands. You got to have a friend who says, oh, I've tried that already. Don't try that brand. Try this brand. That's where I come in. That's where this group comes in. Hey, you got a good brand of bread? Because I could really use some garlic bread with my gluten-free pasta tonight. So I still eat a whole bunch of things that other people eat that have gluten in it. Eggs, a little bit harder. Going completely egg-free, yeah, you got to watch your baked goods. But I want you to know, I healed myself before knowing the medical medium, before he put out any of his books. I didn't go egg-free. I never liked eggs, and I think that's why I intuitively knew they weren't good for me. But in baked goods, they're hard to avoid. So we have a lot of great recipes in the group, like Tina's eggless waffles. I live on those. I shouldn't live on those. I could lose some weight, but they're so good. So there's a lot of ways that you can bake not using eggs today. And again, you don't have to do all of this. The more you do it, the better you get at it, the more things that you add in and eliminate, it gets easier and easier. You don't do this overnight. Okay, so why are we eliminating eggs, gluten, and dairy? Because they feed the virus. So that's one of the ways you're going to starve the virus, by not giving it its food supply. So you're starving the virus. And then in module 2, we're going to work on ways to incorporate the gluten-free lifestyle by, okay, we're making our grocery list. What do you normally eat? What are your comfort foods? Let's go get those crackers. Let's eat those crackers, but let's find a gluten-free one. And you don't have to make everything yourself. They make some really good gluten-free stuff, and it's pretty cheap these days. I don't know if everyone around the country has an Aldi, but Aldi has a lot of great gluten-free foods, a lot of great dairy-free foods now. Back when I was going gluten-free in 2008, it meant chicken, fish, vegetables, and fruit. That's what gluten-free was, and that's how I lost 100 pounds. Today, you can get a lot of gluten-free foods. So that's module 2, the lifestyle, learning how to eat without feeding the virus. Module number 1, the foundation of the celery juice and the lemon water, and that's detoxing it out. Then we move on to module 3, which is the heavy metals. The heavy metals are so important. We get heavy metals in our bodies every day just by living on this earth. If you listen to some of the Medical Medium podcasts, they're scary as hell. He talks about the chemtrails and how heavy metals are just falling out of the sky. And, and then he talks about tattoos and how tattoos, all ink has heavy metal in it. So you get overwhelmed. What happens is you have to listen to, oh, hi Jane, how are you? Thanks for saying hi. You have to listen to the Medical Medium in its entirety, because I love the man, I really do, but my God, does he drone on and on and on. And then at the end, he'll be like, but don't worry about it. There is a way to get the heavy metals out of your body, and it's really not that hard. So after the celery juice, I don't do this all the time. I do it for about 2 months, and then I take about 2 months off, because you need to give your body a chance to not be detoxing, because it's exhausting. It really is. But when you're experiencing symptoms and you want them gone, that's when you're going to do this. And I just have a regular protocol: 2 months off, 2 months on. And so the heavy metal detox smoothie is, if you're not familiar with it, it's just a smoothie with a couple of ingredients in it that all work together. It's bananas, blueberries, spirulina, barley grass juice, dulse, which is just a weird word for seaweed. It really doesn't taste like much. It's salty. But all the other things in the shake make it taste good. It really is delicious. Cilantro, that's another big one. All of these ingredients together in one drink, or if you get them all throughout your day, that's fine, as long as you get them in a 24-hour period. But what happens is they all work together to, I don't know anything about football, but this is the only thing I do know. The whole team works together to get the ball from one end to the other end. That's all I know. And that's how this smoothie works. The cilantro is really good at picking up, let's say, one metal, whereas the wild blueberries is good at picking up a different metal, right? And some of them can only carry them part of the way, where the other one will then take it the next part of the way, just like the football, going from football player to football player. I'm sure there's a better analogy for it, but that's the one that the medical medium used, and I could identify with it because I see the football on the TV here. Anyway, so that smoothie works to get all of the heavy metals out of your system on a daily basis in a really easy to drink smoothie. So that is going to take your health to the next level. You might get some symptoms that get worse in the beginning, because when you're detoxing, what are you doing? You're bringing everything up to the surface so that it can be released out of your body. So yeah, symptoms do get worse. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's worth it, because when you finally do get over that hump, you feel so much better. Everything feels so much better. The fog begins to lift. You can see clearly. The muscle spasms, the fatigue, that is the biggest one. I was working with a client who said for the first time in her life, she's not fatigued. She said, you have no idea what that means. I can go out, I could do stuff with my kids, I can come home, I could put the groceries away, I could go grocery shopping, and then I could play with my kids. Oh yeah, and then I'm making dinner. It's amazing what this does for your body. These are all the things that I have learned over the past 10 years and put them all in a system that is easy to follow and doesn't take over your life. Because let's be honest, we all work. And if you don't work, you're busy. You have kids, you have this, you have that, you have a husband, you have in-laws. You don't have time. And I was very lucky in the beginning where my then husband, yeah, and that's a whole nother story. My then husband worked, and I was able to stay home for a couple years and really fine tune the program, my diet, what worked, and be my own guinea pig. So heavy metals, why are they so important? I said before, the Epstein-Barr virus feeds on heavy metals. Once it feeds on heavy metals, every virus has to poop. There's always waste. So now it's pooping in your system. And the poop is also a neurotoxin, but now it's a supercharged neurotoxin because it has the heavy metals in it. So now it's making things even worse. So it's important to get the heavy metals out every day. And don't worry, if you have tattoos, if you know that you're coming in contact with heavy metals every day and you're like, oh, I live next to a factory like my mother. She lives next to a huge DuPont factory, and you can just see the chemicals going into the air. She got a hair analysis, and very high in mercury. Heavy metal smoothie gets it out. We are very adaptable beings. We're not able to adapt as quickly as the shit is hitting us because there's so much going on out there with viruses and bacteria and heavy metals. You can't avoid it. But what you can do is control what's going into your body and put those things in your body that push the crap out on a daily basis. That's easy to do. That is going to give you your health back and kill all the viruses, bacteria, and shit in your body so that you feel better. Okay, so if anyone's on the heavy metals and they want to give me a little note on the heavy metal detox smoothie, that would be great. Okay, so after the heavy metals, we're cleaning out our body. We're going gluten-free. We're doing the dairy-free. The next module is the cleanse. the 3-6-9 cleanse. So once you're feeling good, once you're like, okay, I got a handle on this, and each module takes a couple weeks. We don't do it all at once. You could do it every month, one module every month if you wanted to, or however you want to do it, however your life dictates it. The 3-6-9 cleanse from the Medical Medium, it's in the Cleanse to Heal book, the Medical Medium Cleanse to Heal book. I look over there because that's my bookshelf. He's a whole bunch of different cleanses. The Advanced 3-6-9, it's a 9-day cleanse, and every 3 days in that 9 days he chunks it down. You do a certain, you eat certain things at certain times, and then you do for 3 more days, which is 6 days, and then 3 more days, which is the full 9 days, and the last 2 days is just liquid. But you're not starving. There's no calorie restriction. You eat until you're satisfied. Yes, there's only certain foods that you can eat, but it's mainly fruits and vegetables. Excuse me. Now, why is it so important to get live foods in our body and flood our bodies with antioxidants? I'm going to give you a real quick lesson on antioxidants. So, what the hell is an antioxidant? We hear about them all the time, how good they are for us, and this fruit is high in antioxidants. And why? Why are they so important? Well, we all know about free radicals, right? Free radicals are in our body. Free radicals happen just from digesting our food, any food. What happens is it's the waste, and it is excuse me. I do talk a lot, but usually not for a half an hour straight. Hold on. So we have these free radicals inside of our body from the food that we eat, from the environment. And what is a free radical? It's a molecule, and every cell in our body is made up of molecules. The molecule is missing an electron. So it's unstable because every molecule, and I forget the number, every molecule needs a certain amount of electrons to be stable. Arden says, can I do the heavy metal detox smoothie at night? Yes, you can do it whenever you want, as long as it's on an empty stomach. It works better that way because it's allowed to get in and get into your intestinal tract and through that wall and into your bloodstream and into the rest of your body. So absolutely, you could do it at night. You could do it anytime during the day. I just do mine in the morning because it's just easy to make my smoothie and then drink it on the way to work or bring it to work and drink it. And if you follow the Medical Medium's recipe, it makes a lot. I would get 2 full mason jars out of it. So I'll drink 1 in the morning, and that will be my breakfast, whether on the way to work or once I get to work, and I'll bring the other one with me. And then at like 3 o'clock, when I know my stomach is empty, I'll have the rest of the detox smoothie. So yeah, anytime, as long as your stomach is empty. So what were we talking about? Oh, antioxidants. So what happens is when a molecule doesn't have the number of electrons that it needs, when it's missing one, it's unstable. And what happens is it starts vibrating, and it goes over to other molecules in your body, and it goes, I need a molecule or an electron. I need an electron. I need an electron. And it steals an electron from another molecule in your body, whether it's an eye cell, a skin cell, and one of your organs, it steals one. Well, when it steals one, that cell, that molecule becomes unstable, and the process continues and continues. And that's what cancer is, because your body is constantly replicating cells, right? We're constantly healing, we're constantly replicating cells. What happens is the more unstable molecules you have, they're also in cells that are multiplying, that are replicating. So now you're replicating free radicals. So what does an antioxidant do? And this is what I tell my kids. The antioxidants are the superheroes of your body. What they do is they are a molecule that has pockets full of electrons, and it goes all throughout your body. And like Oprah, right? I love this. Like Oprah at Christmas time, you get a molecule and you get a molecule, and it's able to give all of its electrons. Sorry. You get an electron and you get an electron. It's able to give all of its electrons to all the unstable free radicals in your body without becoming unstable itself. And then once it's done, it goes through your intestinal tract on its way out. And because it's fiber, because you just fruit vegetables, because it's fiber, it grabs all the crap and shit that shouldn't be there and takes it out on its way. So those those antioxidants, they do amazing things for your body. And that's what the heavy metal detox smoothie, those antioxidant levels in the wild blueberries, they flood your system. And that's how you're going to kill the virus. You're not only starving the virus because it can't eat any of the things that are in that smoothie, but you're also killing it with all of those antioxidants. You're fueling your immune system. So now you've weakened the virus, and now your immune system is so strong, it can attack the shit out of that virus, kill it, and you're detoxing all the time, right? With the celery juice and the lemon water. So you're constantly getting the virus out of your system. So that's what I mean when I say every day you should be starving the virus, killing the virus, and detoxing it out of your body. And there are ways to do it where you're doing all three things at once, and it tastes good, and it's easy to make. So we've made this process very simple for everyone to follow. Okay, so back to the cleanse, the 3-6-9, you follow that cleanse, and what you're doing, you follow that protocol for 9 days, and what that does is it removes so much out of your body, it kills the virus, and it floods every cell in your body with antioxidants. And yeah, you know what? There's a couple people on this call right now who can attest to what the 3-6-9 feels like. It's not fun to go through, especially if you have a lot to detox and you're going gluten-free for the first time and you're doing the cleanse. It is a lot. It takes a lot out of you because your body works so hard to detox that virus out. Yeah, you're going to get symptoms. So you don't just start this protocol and you're like, oh, I feel amazing. You're going to feel amazing, but you have to do the work. Nothing that's worth it is going to come easy to you. So being completely honest, it's hard work, but we've made it as easy as possible by putting it all in steps and taking it in little tiny chunks, 1 month at a time. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're adding things, right? But you're still having your comfort foods. You're still feeling satisfied. You're not starving yourself. And yet you're still losing weight. You're coming back to life. The brain fog is gone. The migraines are gone. The muscle spasms are gone. And this is all little by little. And after a couple months, you're like, wow, that really wasn't that hard because you feel so amazing. It's worth it. So after the cleanse, that's when we start to rebuild. So now what is rebuilding? Rebuilding is getting all of those. Now that you have a clean slate, you want to rebuild all of your levels, right? And you want to maintain those levels. So that's where the supplements come in. You've learned how to eat, you've learned how to detox, you've learned how to really strengthen your immune system, and you want to keep those levels as high as possible. And you can't eat perfectly every day. I don't eat perfectly every day, but I do take my vitamins. I believe that 100 years ago, we didn't need vitamins because our soil in our crops, they provided everything that we needed. There was a study done, UCLA, California. I posted it months ago. I should post it again, where they tested the iron content in a bowl of spinach, a regular, I don't know how many ounces, a bowl of spinach. Today, it takes, I don't remember the exact number, but it was in the 60s. It takes like 60 something bowls of spinach today to equal the iron content in one bowl of spinach from 1950 something. Okay, so from 1950, and I think the study was done in like the early 2000s, so that was 20 years ago. It's probably worse today. So I'll just say that again. One bowl of spinach in the 1950s was equal to 60 something bowls today, the iron content. So that's why I think back in the 50s and the 60s and our grandparents' age, we didn't need these supplements because our food had everything we needed in it. Now, even organic food doesn't have what we need in it. If you notice, there's a big difference between organic food and regular food, like fruits and vegetables. Test a banana. I feel like that is the biggest, like most obvious difference. Get a conventional banana and then an organic banana. The organic banana actually tastes, it has the flavor of banana, whereas a conventional one feels like a banana in your mouth, but doesn't have a lot of that banana flavor. That is the difference. So module 5 is the rebuilding. We get all the supplements in. We learn exactly what to take and when to take it and not to take too much, because quick tip, your body, think of it like a fuel tank. If you drove your car to the gas station, right, and they were having a sale on gas, and they're like, hey, if you buy 20 gallons of gas, you're going to get it half off, but you got to buy it today. Got to put those 20 gallons in today. And you go, that's great, but I only have a 10-gallon gas tank, so I only need 10 gallons. Yeah, but you got to buy 20 gallons because it's much better. It's a much better deal. But you can only hold 10 gallons of gas. So like, okay, great, put the 20 gallons in. What's going to happen? 10 gallons of gas is going to be on the concrete, right? Same thing with your body. You can only absorb so many vitamins at one time, which is why a really good quality vitamin will be broken up into 2 doses. So that's why you take a multivitamin in the morning and at night, because you can only absorb so much at one time. Okay, so that's the rebuilding. And if anyone wants my supplement guide, I did a live, I don't know when, maybe a couple months ago. It's in the group. You can watch it, or send me an email, gethealthy@mindingyoursoul.com, or you can message me here and just say, please send me the supplement guide. I have it all written out, the times that I take it, the brands. There are links to the websites that I buy from. It's all in there. So if you want that, just send me a message. Get me a message however you want. Okay, so then the last module is learning how to maintain the lifestyle, right? So we talk about the fragrances, the chemicals, the stuff you use in your hair. The biggest thing that I had to change was I didn't know that fabric softener sheets were a neurotoxin. They're killing your nervous system, and we're already dealing with nervous system issues. So the one thing, if you take away from this, Angela, please send me the supplements plan. Oh yes, definitely, I'll send that to you, and you'll be in the comments, so I'll see that later. Okay, I will do that when I get off here. No problem. Fabric softener sheets. Make sure you go to all natural fabric softener sheets. Those are the worst. When you hug someone or you walk past somebody and you smell that fabric softener smell, I used to be like, I smell so good. They're so clean. Now, oh my God, so many chemicals. Any perfume that you smell, those are chemicals. Those are heavy metals. They're all heavy metals. So think about that. Anytime you're smelling a fragrance, it's a heavy metal, unless it's an all-natural fragrance, like those natural shampoos and conditioners and fabric softener sheets and laundry detergent. Think about it. The laundry detergent, the fabric softener, these clothes, they're on you all day. You don't smell it anymore because the way your nose works is that when it gets tired of a smell and it identifies it, you don't smell it anymore. That doesn't mean that the chemicals aren't still coming off of your clothes and into your system. Okay. I think it's allergies. I think it's the spring. Okay, so that is your 30,000 foot view of the program, chunked down into different modules, into 6 different modules. You start at the beginning. Every couple weeks or every month, you start another module. I'll be rolling that out in a couple months. I'll be launching that. But for right now, watch the videos, watch the lives. There's so much information in there. Don't get overwhelmed, okay? I don't want you to get overwhelmed with all this information and think, oh, there's no way I can do all of this. No, there's not, and nor should you, because you're going to overwhelm your body. What you want to do, depending on how aggressively you want to take this, every week, every month, say, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to do something new. Whether it be, I'm going to go replace my bread, or replace the milk that I normally drink with almond milk or coconut milk. I'm going to try something new. And what happens is, over time, all of these changes start to accumulate. And then you look back over the past 6 months, and you're like, wow, I can't believe how I used to feel. And I can't believe how easy it was. Little things at a time, right? When you go on a date, you don't go, hey, you want to get married? You're awesome. You don't just dive into things. You kind of got to date them. You got to see how you feel. You got to live with them for a little bit. I'm a visual learner. Everything's about an analogy. Okay, so that's it. That's it. That's the whole overview. So go back into the group. If you haven't watched the stories of healing, you really want to catch them. They're great inspiration. They will keep you inspired to know that, yes, this is possible. The more people we get in this group, the more I'll be interviewing them so that everyone knows that this is possible. The clearing. Go to mindingyoursoul.com, go to the group healing tab. There's a subscribe button. Don't worry, just hit the subscribe button and it's going to take you to the link that you can read about it. You can buy 1 clearing session. It's the last Sunday of every month, which we have some time. Where are we? We're in April. So that's going to be April 25th this month. So look to that. I think you guys are really going to like that, because I know for me, every month, not only do you have to detox the shit out of your body, but you got to detox the shit out of your minds too. And we're constantly creating these beliefs and these programs. Mary says, thanks, Janine Troutman. All great tips today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad you guys are here. So not only do we have to detox our bodies, but we have to detox our minds. And we're constantly getting more and more crap built on top of us. So every month I actually do 2 clearings. I do Catherine's regular one, and then I do the Minding Your Soul specifically for people with MS. And it's really amazing with the stuff that she comes up with. We do a meditation first, and it's not one of those foo-foo meditations. She's down to earth. It's nice. So mindingyoursoul.com, group healing tab, go there, there's the link, and check out the stories of healing. And I will see you next week. Thank you everyone for joining me, and I hope to see you next week. Bye everyone.